Hi, it's Neil McGovern here, and today I'd just like to do a very short video about whether you are a loud player or you are a soft player. Now, this is something you really ought to consider if you want to take your playing to the next level, and it does take a little bit of quite honest sort of self-perception. Are you someone who tends to play very loudly, or are you someone who tends to just play very quietly? You might need to ask someone else. You might need to get a second opinion on this, because it's very easy to slip into a certain kind of habit where you're just always overblowing or always just kind of in the background and sort of half breathing everything. So I know for me, I tend to be probably a little bit too loud, so I have to always watch that. And then you have to practice doing the opposite thing. So whatever your tendency is, if you're a soft player, then you need to work on your projection. You need to be thinking, right, big, full breaths, make sure I'm making a great embouchure, make sure my setup is good, and I'm really sending my sound out, maybe go and play in some different spaces and make sure that you're hearing the room come back at you. Maybe go and play in a large church or cathedral or just a big space and make sure that you can really hear your sound coming back at you. You're using the reverberance in the space. If you're a soft player, if you're a loud player rather, then you need to really, really work on that quiet playing and make sure you're not blasting all the time. It's very important. Sometimes you're going to have to play loud, sometimes you're going to have to play soft. Maybe some clues. If you were playing and you're getting a lot of this, and like you're forcing it and you can hear like the pitch is dropping down, like that, and you're getting a lot of weird tuning problems, maybe you're a bit of a loud player. If, on the other hand, you're playing and it sounds a bit like this, you can hear a bit of a buzz. You think, oh, maybe I'm just tending to be a bit of a soft player. I'm a bit of a sort of half-breath player. Okay, so you need to think about these things and try and not be anything. Try and be as flexible as possible. The saxophone is a fantastically flexible instrument. It has this ability to dominate and kind of swamp everything else, pretty much. Obviously, trumpets and things can sometimes, compete with us quite well. But we can play very, very loudly and cut through pretty much all ensembles, whether it's jazz, classical, whatever. But likewise, we can also play extremely quietly. We can get right down to those very low levels. So we can do all kinds of volumes, right? So you just need to work on whatever your weakness is. But do just have a think. I've found that nearly everyone I teach is probably generally going to be categorized into being a slightly soft player or a slightly loud player. Work out which you are and try and